Did you miss me? Welcome back to Almost Outdoors. It's been a while since I made a video. Just kind of been taking a little bit of a break from it for a while. Usually in the wintertime I'm a little bit slower with my videos. So, you know, it's almost outdoors, so sometimes anyway. A lot of the videos in the wintertime is just kind of hard to do because I like to be outside most of the time when we're doing stuff like camping videos or shooting videos or fishing videos, and quite frankly, I'm not going out in the cold fishing. I'll catch that trout some other time. Anyway, so today is a update on the 46-gallon gas tank I put on my Tundra. Everything's been working really good with it. I've had a couple comments on there about, does it throw the computer off with the miles to empty, and does the gauge read different? Yes and no to those. So the distance to empty on your dash, so the miles to empty is actually off. It said 293 or something like that when I filled it up, and it's never right. The fuel gauge is right. I actually filled it up, and I've went 115 miles so far. So usually I'm getting, I'd say, probably 400 to 500 out of a tank. I haven't really ran it all the way down to empty. So here's the thing with the gauge: the distance to empty is off, and it's always going to be off. It kind of just dwindles down like a little bit slower. So usually once I get below a quarter of a tank, it's like 33 miles to empty, which it's still off, because I'm going to tell you why. And here's why. The gauge reads different now. So when you get this paper, when you get the 46-gallon tank, when the gas gauge gets down on empty, you actually have 7 gallons. When it gets to a quarter, you have 15 gallons. When it's at a half, you have 27 gallons. When you're at 3/4 of a tank, it's 37 gallons. And full, it actually says 42. And I know you can just keep pumping it and pumping it and pumping it in there. Because when I did it, we put like 5 gallons in it. I went and filled it up at the gas station, put a bunch in it, filled it up again, and I actually did put 46, I believe, in there with what I put in there from my gas can once I put the fuel tank on. So there's the specs of it right there. I don't know if you can see it from the glare. Yeah, there you are. But that's what it says when you get the gas tank. And it actually came with a sticker that you should have put on the door, and I have no idea where that sticker is. But this tank actually fits 2007 or 2018 Toyota Tundra. It's a 46-gallon replacement tank. It's a transfer flow tank, but I got it from carid.com. They sold them. They're all right to work with, you know. But anyway, the tank's amazing. I love it. I had a couple questions on it. Couple guys asked me, hey, I have a 38-gallon tank. Would you upload to a 46-gallon tank? And I wouldn't. I mean, when you're thinking about it, you're only gaining 8 gallons. 38 to 46. You're only gaining 8 gallons. That's not that much of a difference. I would just stay with the 38. And that's my opinion. But, you know, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. So you can do what you want. I mean, it is an upgrade. That way you could go just a little bit further. But you're still not going to stop when the thing is out of gas.
I should have got gas already.
Going from the small tank, the 26-gallon, to the 46, you know, I've gained 20 gallons. The weight on it, you know, some people would think you have all that extra weight, and you could tell a difference when you're driving. Whether, you know, there's no difference. You know, it doesn't lean anymore. It just costs a lot more when you fill up at the fuel tank. And a lot of fuel pumps shut off at $75, and that's the only part I don't like. I know I guess in some states it might not do that, but maybe it does. So you're filling it up, and $75 hits, and you're like, oh, good heavens mighty, goodness gracious, I got to get my card back out and do it again. But you just fill your tank up. That's the only downfall. I did have a little bit of a hiccup with my tank when I put it in for about 3 weeks. So, let me tell you that story. Put it in, and I was pretty sure we had air in the line. So, there's apparently this part that you can buy from Toyota or a Toyota part that bleeds the air out of the fuel line if you have to replace the pump or whatnot. So it would sometimes start. I'd go out in the morning, and I did it in December, so it was kind of just cold, and it'd start up. I'd get to work, I'd go back out to my truck just to see what's going on. It wouldn't start. It would just, it would take it a couple seconds, just a pop, 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 and then it would fire it up. Not like you turn the key in instant success when you get in your vehicle, like it normally is. So we took the trip to Florida anyway, and on the way down it did it. We stopped a bunch of times, and it just, I ended up getting a new battery before I went down there. That way I wouldn't have any other issues. On the way back, I only stopped 3 times, and I live in Maryland. So don't hit my freaking vehicle, you lady pulling in. I'm actually sitting at Target waiting on the wife to come out of here. This lady almost hit my truck. That's not what you want to do, okay? Anyway, so made it from Florida, from Disney World, from Orlando back to Maryland, and stopped 3 times for fuel, 3 times for gas, hammered down 16 hours straight. Real driver, real talk. That's what I do. Anyway, so once we got back to the house, it hasn't done it since. It started every time, and it's almost like that long 16-hour long trip back just kind of forced it out eventually, because it did it the whole way down, and it did it while we were down there. It did it like the 2 times when we stopped on the way back. The last time I stopped, it hasn't done it since. It started every single time. I'm pretty sure there was air in the line. I actually took it to a shop. They couldn't figure it out. They said there was a code of like a low fuel pressure thing, and of course that code came up when we hooked everything up because there was no fuel in the lines. So saved me a lot of money just kind of not taking it to a shop, because they could have tried to analyze the crap out of it and it would have still done it until it had a nice long run. So if that happens to you, just take her on a day trip and hammer down and push the living crap out of that throttle. Other than that, the fuel tank's really, really good. Very pleased with it. If you guys have any other questions, hit me up. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your thoughts are on the transfer flow 46-gallon replacement tank. I'll answer any questions, but I'm telling you what, very good investment for a small fuel tank on a Tundra, not the 38. You don't want a 26-gallon. Yes, 38 I probably wouldn't. It's really weird when you're trying to make a video and you set your camera on the dash and it says heat, turning off or something, allowed to cool. And I was almost done the video. So, hey, if you guys have any questions about the 46-gallon replacement tank for the Toyota Tundra, hit me up in the comments below. If you write a comment, I'll get back to you. I do look at that stuff every day. And I do love to, I love interacting with people and talking to everybody. So hit me up. Don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe, and let me know what you think about this video. And any other videos you haven't seen, go back and check them out. And hit me up and let me know what you'd like to see. And I'll try to accommodate you and do those videos in the future. Thanks for watching Almost Outdoors. We'll see you next time. See you. Bye.